Imagine having your private, intimate photos uploaded to a website for all to see.
It happened to a local woman who is sharing her story with KCTV5. She talked with Betsy Webster, who uncovers why local laws have stalled and how women are getting creative with taking back their privacy.
It's tonight's investigation.
It was a week after Valentine's Day in 2014. Alicia Crane had just celebrated her engagement, about to become Alicia Clemens, when a message in her inbox changed everything. The exact words, "Someone did something nasty to you" on myx.com.
My mind can't really ascertain what I'm about to see when I click this link.
The link brought her to nude pictures taken as she was coming out of the shower. Her name and city were there, along with Facebook and LinkedIn photos, providing a way to contact her. It left her in fear and disbelief as her inbox and phone began filling up with one message after another from men who saw her photos and wanted more.
How is this even possible? How's this legal? What is going on?
Two lawmakers in the Kansas State House from both sides of the aisle wondered the same thing when they heard about it.
The pain that people go through whenever their lives are torn apart like this, and it isn't something that anybody can imagine.
That victim has not just had their privacy violated, they are in danger of attack. Oftentimes they receive rape threats from strangers.
Nowadays you can click a button and buy a book, meet your spouse, or ruin someone's life.
Last year, former Daily Show correspondent John Oliver advocated for a new law on his HBO show. 26 states and the District of Columbia now have laws targeting what's known as revenge porn. Kansas and Missouri tried in 2015, but the bills stalled in committee. Kansas is working to tackle the issue again this year, but it's taken some explaining to combat the notion that you're asking for it when you consent to nude photos.
That among the younger generation, it's, at least for some subsets, it's part of the courtship ritual. It's very difficult for us and older generations to get our heads around that concept.
Whether you gave consent for the photos or not, it was never okay to be humiliated in this fashion.
The ACLU says the motive behind the new laws is noble, but the laws themselves open a dangerous door.
They criminalize a certain type of speech rather than addressing the behaviors that are creating the problems in the first place.
Criminal behaviors like stalking, threats, blackmail. But often, those laws don't apply when it comes to sites like this. For example, if the person submitting the photos doesn't make direct contact with the victim, they're usually off the hook. So women like Alicia Clemens are taking a novel approach.
Copywriting the pictures. That is the only way to do it.
She filed paperwork with the U.S. Copyright Office, which meant sending copies of the offending photos and a fee. Then she could demand the site have the photos removed. Still, she had to scour the web daily for reposts and new posts, something she still does almost monthly. She says women deserve more. They deserve a law that holds offenders accountable.
To utilize free speech to terrorize, to hurt, to cripple, that's no longer speech. That's abuse. And that's where we, as a society, should draw the line.
Now, the revised bill that those two Kansas lawmakers are working on is scheduled for a committee hearing on Monday. And Brad, Ellen, I will, of course, be there in Topeka on Monday to check that out, see what happens, and let everyone know.
It's just unbelievable what some people will do to get revenge. What's she doing now?
Well, this did affect her job. She changed her job a little bit, but now she says she has applied to law school. She's been accepted, and she starts in July, and she wants to become a lawyer as an advocate for these types of situations.
Yeah, well, good for her. My goodness, it's so disturbing, though. Betsy, thank you. And the investigation continues online. Head to kctv5.com to see the complete list of states that do have laws criminalizing this form of revenge, and if there's any chance for a federal law against this.